guys, Lan here. This is going to be a continuation or response, if you will, to the VG Reviewer's Disgaea leveling guide. And this is going to be a series of videos by me and showing how to make a pretty strong set of characters in Disgaea 3. The first one that I'm going to start off with is getting your character that you just made, bottom tier class character. In this case, I'm going to be doing a masked hero. All the way up to the top tier, which is the Super Dimension Man for the Masked Hero. And all the while, I'm going to be showing a couple of things here and there. First and foremost, you're going to want to watch his videos first, the VG Reviewers. I'm going to be using a lot of concepts that involve videos that he has done, and I don't want to reiterate anything he's done. Essentially, you want lots of statisticians, and in my case, I also brought in a lot of managers so that you can get a lot of mana gain. Now, obviously, the core thing to make this whole process work is to have a very strong character. In my case, I have a highly leveled Mao. He's at level ceiling, obviously. He's got some pretty good equipment on, including a legendary Arcadia that I'm in the process of leveling. And let's just start the whole process off. First and foremost, you're going to want to make your character. In my case, I already have. Now, one thing I'd like to remind you all is that if you're leveling up what you might call superior monsters or superior character classes. In the case of superior, I'm talking about in the monster classes, the boss yells, the wood golems, the skeletal dragons, all the like. And in the case of the humans, the idols, the masked heroes, the Majins if you have them. So they're going to be taking a lot more levels to hit their next tier than the somewhat lesser ones would, you know, like the skulls, the zombies, the ghosts. So we're going to go to my masked hero, Neraver, and we're going to start leveling up his levels, obviously, because he's got quite a bit of mana already, because he's the one that I've been running through the class world to get some statisticians. And if in this case, if it's a masked hero that you're leveling up, one thing I would highly recommend you do is jack up his movement, because he's going to be the one you're running through the item world the most. You're going to want to jack up his movement in the class world, which costs 5,000 mana the first time and 50,000 the second time. So from there on, it's pretty much a basic leveling process. Now, one thing that you are going to notice, based on how many statisticians I have, is that they're going to level up about 300 times the first level, and they're also going to be gaining about 75,000 mana. Now, I'm going to spare you guys the headaches of all the mindless level grinding and just give you the major points that I'm going to share with you. When you're leveling up your character's tiers, you're going to want to reincarnate them at a level close to 1,000. That's my magic number. This way they can... It's still a fast process, but you can also get them stronger than they would be average, like if you would just receive the next tier and then reincarnate them right away. It keeps them at a pretty strong level, but at the same time, it's not as strong as you would be if you were like level ceiling and then reincarnated, which is what you want to do if you want to reach the maximum status, so to speak. But of course, for that, you're going to need to do a lot more leveling, a lot more grinding, and it's just a longer process that I don't think is appropriate for a video like this, so I'm just going to be quick and simple. Now, the next thing that you're going to want to do is have them have a lot of mana, and that's why I have a split between statisticians and managers, because before you reincarnate them, they're going to have a lot of excess mana, and that's where you're going to want to buy or boost a lot of their moves, and also learn some abilities while you're at it, but those are usually pretty cheap. And as you're going, definitely check to make sure that there's not more moves or abilities that you're going to want, and if there are, obviously buy them. Most classes have pretty abilities until you hit their final tier. And in the case of their final tier's ability, it can be either really useful just for that character, as is the case of the masked hero, because they get the movement boost but also lose a lot of their stats. Or in the case of the Majins and their violence or vortex, that's something that you're going to want to transfer the abilities to someone else who can make even better use of it. So it's a pretty split measure between there, but the final abilities are usually something that you're always going to like. Now, something that I'd really like to mention is that even though I'm only doing this for one character at a time, you can have 4 people leeching off of Mao, either his experience or his mana gain at the same time. It doesn't hinder the process at all, so you could, in theory, level up 4 people's tiers at the same time, and that would really help you max out the character customization really quickly. So don't just be limited by what I'm doing here in this one video and just stick with one character, because it really is faster to just do it with 4. Now overall this process takes about 25 minutes, and it takes even less time if you have filled every item you have with more managers and statisticians. I have a couple of loose innocents here and there, but it's a pretty short process considering how hard it is early on in the game. About 25 minutes, you can get up to 4 characters. Remember, up to 4 characters, you can max out their tiers and get their abilities. So the next video that I'm going to be doing is probably going to be one showing you how to get the strongest equipment, like I have my Arcadia right now. But again, for this, you're going to need to get to the Land of Carnage, and of course to get that you need 25 X Dimension things done. So it just so happens that the VG reviewer is doing some X Dimension videos, so watch those if you haven't unlocked the Land of Carnage yet. In due time, I'll make a second video showing you how to get the rank 39 items. So with that, I'm signing out.